Hello, this is Zhang. Today I'm gonna explain how I got root access to the target machine. It's divided into three parts. The first one is installation of VM VirtualBox. The second one is installation of virtual machine. The last one is penetration testing. I'm gonna go into explain the last part in detail. So the first step is installation of the VM VirtualBox. I downloaded it from the Oracle official website, and then I installed two virtual machines, including the target machine and the Kali Linux. And I have set all their network setting to the host-only adapter. Host-only adapter is setting is used to create a network connection between a virtual machine and the host system. After completing the above preparations, I began to perform the penetration analysis. My goal is to find the vulnerabilities and give some recommendations. So firstly, I used the nmap command to discover the IP addresses of target. So I know the 111, I mean the last IP address is for the Kali Linux. So another one, the virtual machine IP address is for my target. So my target IP address is 110. Then I use this command to perform the port scanning. So the nmap command is used to perform the service version detection during a network scan. And as you can see, there are a lot of ports, and I will take the next step based on these open ports. I will mainly explain the three ports vulnerabilities I have discovered. It's important to note here that it's not a whole list of vulnerabilities in this system. So the first, the port 80, the SQL injections. The checking out port 80 using the Firefox in Kali Linux, and I found a listing contains several entries, and I'm gonna use the payroll app, the PHP in the first pictures. And the the nmap output had identified a MySQL server running on this system. So I think the SQL injection should be a good method to get the access. So the second picture is the payroll login the page. And so I start with the classic system, or y is equal to 1 sharp. The payload, the or y is equal to 1 sharp is often used to exploit a poorly sanitized user input in a SQL query. So y is equal to 1 is a simple logical condition that is always true. And after entering the SQL injection text in the user input box, it seems like no password was required to be entered. The SQL injection revealed a total of 15 users in the payroll app. As you can see, there are the 15 users is the username, first name, last name, and salary, but that's not enough. We need to know the password. So we already know the usernames as the information was gathered in the first SQL injections attack. And furthermore, it can be assumed that we are querying a table of user information, most like called users table. This table will most likely have passwords in it too. This is how a user will be able to log into the payroll app. Putting all the information together, we can attempt to password information using the following SQL injection attack. Again, we can use num to print nothing in the first two columns. Without these additions, the web application will fail to load correctly. In this picture, we can see uh, the two column is the same as the first SQL injection tag. The first name, last name, as username. But the bottom four columns, that is username and password. So right now we know the username and password. We can gain some accesses to use the username and password. So we can use the SSH command to gain the access. So by using the username and password, we can log into that system. And I also use the group command to check the which groups that the current user is in. So here's in the user sudo groups. So this is a really simple check to gain root access, even without opening the Metasploit framework yet, and had a full root access to the system. Right now, we can log in as root users on this system. So we can add a new user and make that user to have root privileges. We can even copy the password as shadow files or retrieving password related to the users. For this one, the recommendation is to implement through the input validation and use qualified queries to prevent SQL injections attacks and to ensure that database account used by the payroll web applications have the latest privilege necessary to perform their functions and to do the penetration testing regularly and encrypt the sensitive data. So the second one is port 6697. Port 6697 is commonly associated with Internet Relay Chat service that utilizes the secure IRC protocol. And we can use this script and to set the host and the port to build a connect with the target machine. And we and I built the connection successfully. And for this one, the recommendation is ensure the IRC server software and any associated dependencies are regularly updated, and configure the server to use a strong encryption protocols and use a unique password. So the last one is port 22. It's commonly associated with secure shell service, which is used for the secure remote access to the system. And also can use a script and use the default username and password to build a connection. So for this case, my recommendation is ensure the SSH server software to to update regularly and review and adjust the SSH server configurations and enforce a strong authentications method. And for the whole system, the long-term recommendation is regularly update the operating system and install the applications, and regularly do the penetrations testing and consider the implementations of network segmentations and the isolations mechanisms. The short term is applying the latest security patches and update the operating system and install the software packages and limiting unnecessary network services and enhance the firewall rules and configurations. Okay, that's all. Thank you.